Hey everyone, it's Hindash. Welcome back to my channel. It has been a very long time, I know, but I'm back with a brand new collection. I'm so excited. This is basically what's been taking up all of my time. And of course, we have Timmy, who's going to keep me company for some of the video until we get to the tutorial. 2021 has been incredible. I launched my brand, Hindash Cosmetics. We launched Beautopsy and Hero Line, and that basically took up all of my time. I was navigating, YouTube, Instagram, and the business, which is a first for me. So I have made it my priority to upload more tutorials on YouTube in 2022, and I really miss it. I miss everyone here. I miss the community. And I have been working very hard on not only a bunch of products, but a lot of videos as well, which I'm so excited about. So where to begin? I mean, Monochromance, my second palette, is so important to me because just like Beautopsy, Monochromance was another painting series of mine. So again, inspired by my art and painting background, we have the second chapter, and I'm so thrilled because working alongside Beautopsy, I was working on Monochromance, and I basically had to make sure that the color story works in harmony. And not just that, I just really wanted there to be kind of a more playful palette and something that's a bit more whimsical and unique but nostalgic to me. So Monochromance for me is a very 80s, 90s color fantasy. I took inspiration from a lot of the cartoons that I used to watch, growing up, that I still love. And of course, it explores themes of romance from first love to heartbreak and everything in between, which is also an obsession of mine. I'm gonna try to show you a bit of this with Timmy next to me. So here we have Monochromance, the second palette, and it is in this beautiful nude baby pink packaging with blood red metallic writing. And as you open it, you get to see it is a very different color story than Beautopsy, but it has a lot of, I don't want to say similarities, but you know what I mean. You can really get a lot of use out of this. There are so many wearable looks. The first two shades are meant to kind of sculpt and mute all the other colors. If you don't want a very vibrant look, you can make any of these tones more muted, more pastel, more desaturated. And I want to get more into this as I do all the looks because I feel like I'm more of a visual person. So I like to explain as things are getting done. But basically, this is the color story. So I'll walk you through the shades very quickly. The first shade is called Alter Ego, and it is this beautiful bone beige that has a tiny bit of a warm pinky peach undertone, this one. So it's perfect as a transition, as a base to, again, lighten all the other shades. You can just tap your brush into this and it'll lighten all the other ones if you want to use them more as a lighter blush or a lighter eyeshadow. And then next to it, the color Ego is a beautiful taupe. So again, what Feel Real is in Beautopsy, which is the gray and the tan brown, this would be perfect for fair to light skin tones, up to medium actually, as a contour. I love using this as a nose contour. It is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful undertone. And next we have Match Made. Now Match Made is this really beautiful mustard muted yellow that goes into a khaki brown. So it is a very neutral brown with kind of olive undertones. I love this color. This worn alone is just a full look on its own. And again, the whole idea behind Monochromance is they're all monochromes. So each shade creates a full look. So monochrome means one color that ranges from light to dark. So you have all of these tones. And basically each pan is a full look on its own if you wanted to wear it that way. Next we have Heavy Petal, which is a baby pink that blends into a raspberry. Now it looks lighter here because it hasn't been touched, but as you get into it and start working your brush into the pan, it actually gets deeper, and on the skin it is deeper. So it's nothing like Boy Wonder in Beautopsy. It is a much lighter pink that goes into a deeper pink. Again, stunning as blush, beautiful on the eyes. You can do whatever you want. Then we have Heartthrob, which is one of my favorites. It is a kind of a dusty peach that is still very vibrant, that blends into an oxblood. Now this color is, it is a color that is both so beautiful as an eyeshadow and as blush on all skin tones. Honestly, every single skin tone can pull this off. You can go from the light to the deep, and you get this really beautiful blush of like a terracotta, bronze, peach on the cheeks. You'll get to see it throughout this video. I mix it with a bit of heavy petal, and then I lighten it up with Alter Ego. It is stunning. And this over top a chocolate pencil, which I created. It is called iTone in Intra. I will get more into this. I mean, this is what everyone expected me to launch in my first reveal. So it's here now, of course. I mean, you guys know I had to do that perfect warm chocolate brown, but we'll get into it. So these colors on top of that pencil, I mean, you know, I use brown with everything, and I've showed you how to create even colorful looks using a brown liner and incorporating that into the looks. I'm obsessed. Next, we get into the more colorful shades. Now, this is Antidote, and Antidote was actually supposed to be in Beautopsy, but I got too excited. I'm like, no, Beautopsy cannot have a colorful pop, because I wanted Beautopsy to be this all-in-one, everything you need, basics, essentials to create beautiful, flawless, neutral looks that are flattering on everyone. So I said to myself, save the colorful tones for the second palette, and it is here. So Antidote is a beautiful lilac lavender that blends into a deeper purple. I mean, you guys know with purples, it's a one and done color. It's so beautiful. You just put this on and it looks like you've spent so much time on your makeup. A bit of mascara, a bit of liner if you want. You can add a shimmer on top. This really is a shade that looks beautiful on all skin tones, from light to dark. I can't wait to show you how to use this and incorporate it with browns, incorporate it on its own with other products. Such a playful shade. And lastly, we have Forever Inked. Now, Forever Inked is the unexpected color, and it is a color that I have worked very hard on because I really wanted this really deep teal. It looks very bright and vivid here, and it does show up really vividly on the skin. But what I love about this is that the way it blends in with your skin tone, your natural skin tone, as you really sheer it out, it could look like a tattoo. So when you look closely at tattoos, faded tattoos, they have this kind of a greenish undertone that I really like. So that is the inspiration behind this. But of course, I bumped it up with this brighter blue aqua shade, slightly mint. I mean, I gave you too many descriptions. Again, you can create full looks with this using the inked side. The deeper teal on its own as an eyeliner is stunning on all skin tones. It really is such an interesting color. I will show you how to use every single color in this palette. But I can't wait to see your looks as well and to see what you would do with this color story, because it really does make me very happy. And that is Monochromance. Again, it follows Beautopsy. It is vegan, 6-pan, pressed pigments. Do whatever you want with it. I will, show you so much more looks. I will show you all the looks you can create with this, so stay tuned for all the videos to roll in. But I want to get a bit into the other products as well. Okay, we have eye tone and lip tone. Eye tone is an eye pencil and lip tone is a lip pencil. Both wooden formulas, beautiful, ultra creamy, super blendable. I prefer wood. I always love wood because of that really, unparalleled blendability it gives you. It's not going to be the super budge-proof, waterproof formula that you would get with a gel, but what you will get with this is blendability and a beautiful, stunning finish that I always set with eyeshadow. I love to set all my looks with eyeshadow and build in thin layers. Intra is a super warm chocolate brown, and my lip tone lip pencil in Hush is a beautiful caramel nude. Both of these formulas are vegan, as well as everything in my line. Next, I want to get into my lipsticks. These are the Manifesto lipsticks, and I had to create my signature unisex tinted lip balm. Now this is a matte formula. It is a hydrating matte tinted balm. And the color that I created is basically what I wear on my lips every day. It really is this beautiful, universal cherry color. You can tap it on the lips for this really nice flush that makes you look healthy. You can build it up and it'll suit all skin tones. It has a super velvety feel and feels like you have nothing on your lips. And it has a coconut vanilla scent, very, very slight, nothing overpowering. It just reminds me of summer and is super nostalgic to me. The second color is a different formula. This is an ultra matte and it is a matte lipstick, super velvety, lightweight feel, full coverage in one swipe, but super thin. So you can tap it on the lips, you can wear it full on. It lasts so well. And this color is called Call Me Peaches, which you guys know, if I created a nude and if I created my signature color, these are the ones that would debut first. And I really wanted Call Me Peaches to be this really vibrant peach nude. And I love these undertones. When you layer both of these together, you get a rosy color. And this with a full face of makeup is just stunning. And Rest in Roses is your perfect no makeup look, or you can bump it up. I didn't mention that this is called Rest in Roses. The inspiration behind this name is American Beauty, with that scene with all the rose petals. And last but not least, we have Boy Tears. Now, this is called Color Fluid and the shade is called Boy Tears. This is my baby. I have spent so much time perfecting this color because you guys know I only have mattes, so working on a shimmer was very important for me, and it had to be something that was truly universal to create and transform any of your matte eyeshadow looks into a beautiful shimmer. A tiny bit of this goes a long way. You can get this very romantic sparkle on the eyes, or you can build it up to a full-on metallic. It is such a stunning formula. You get these ultra fine micro shimmers that just build up to this kind of a mirror-like finish. And when working on Boy Tears, I really wanted these pink, blue, green, and purple particles that kind of mimic a mother of pearl that blend together to create this champagne shade that works on every single skin tone. I can't wait to show you this in action. It is a multi-use shimmer. I didn't want to give it a use or a title because I really feel like it's universal. It works on the lips, it works on the face, you can sheer it out, but essentially it is a long-wearing waterproof formula. So again, a tiny bit goes a long way. I hope you guys enjoyed this brief insight on the collection. Like I said, I want to get into all the details as I'm working on the looks and as I'm uploading all the tutorials, so stay tuned for that. The entire collection is now available on Hindash.com, and a lot of these products are exclusive to Hindash.com, so check them out there. I will put all the links in the description box below. And finally, I hope you enjoy this full face of Monochromance look that I created on the beautiful Mary. And I can't wait for you to see all these products in action and for you to try them and fall in love. See you in the next video. Bye. Alright, so we have the beautiful Mary back on my channel, and we kick off this tutorial with the full face of the Monochromance collection. And I'm starting off with skincare by taking the Tata Harper Hydrating Floral Essence and just refreshing her skin. I'm then going to be following up with the Dr. Barbara Sturm. This is the Super Anti-Aging Serum, and I am going to be applying it all over her face to prep the skin for hydration. And I'm going to take my time to massage this in and really sort of work it into the skin and pat it until it feels a bit tacky. I'm following this up with a lightweight gel moisturizer, and I'm taking this by Make and I'm applying it all over her skin. Because Mary told me she's breaking out, so I'm going to keep everything light and fresh and work more with gels. And again, as I'm applying this, I'm going to be massaging her skin as always and just tapping it in. For eye cream, I'm going to be taking this Bobbi Brown Extra Repair Eye Cream Intense. And I really love the vitamin enriched eye cream. I am going to be trying this instead. It is more hydrating, even though that one is extremely hydrating as well. And I'm going to be tapping that all over the under eye area and taking it slightly up around the brow bone as well. But definitely focusing it on the under eye area and patting it in until it is nice and dissolved. And because I went in with such a light hydrating moisturizer, I can go in with this sort of thicker moisturizer primer combo, which is the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. I love this stuff. This stuff is really good. I use it on myself as well if I have a night out, and I just feel like makeup sits on top of this beautifully and your skin feels like there's this protective layer over it. I don't know how to explain it, but
It's good stuff. I'm going to be applying Lucas Pawpaw ointment on the lips, a thick layer. As you all know, I love doing this so that by the time we get to lips, they're nice and hydrated. I'm applying this basically like a lip mask, so don't be afraid to go thicker on the lips because trust me, by the time you get to lips in the end, it's going to all sink in. And then for foundation, I'm going to be taking my NARS Soft Matte Foundation and squeezing a bit of that on the back of my palette. And then I'm going to be going in with this Ray Morris brush, which is one of my all-time favorites. I get asked about this brush so many times. It is so good. It really just buffs in the foundation to an airbrushed finish. And I always like to start outwards and work my way in. And I love to work in very thin layers, again, building up that coverage. And not just building up the coverage, but letting that foundation do its work, because once I go in with concealer, that's going to be what I want to cover. So in short, I want the foundation to even out the skin tone and do what it says on the bottle, if it's a glowy foundation, if it's a matte foundation, and then I want the concealer to cover. Next, I'm going to be going in with a bit of cream bronzer. This is the Huda Beauty Tantour, and I never really use these. I'm kind of giving them a go. I'm taking I think this is the lightest shade, which is still very dark. So I am going in on the cheekbones first. So what basically is going to happen now is I'm going to be bronzing the skin, not really contouring, but it will give me that, that definition as well. So I guess it is a Tantour. So taking that on the cheekbones, across the forehead, and I always love to do the tip of the nose and underneath, just for this very slight, healthy, sun-kissed look. For concealer, I'm going in with one of my all-time favorites. This is the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer. And taking that with a fluffy brush, I'm going to be going into the inner corners of the eye and basically all underneath the eye, around the nose. I'm using this to highlight as well as to conceal. And I'm taking that across the eyelids to prep the eyelids for eyeshadow and to get rid of any discoloration there. And this is such a beautiful formula. You can work in very thin layers or build it up and it will look flawless. I'm setting everything with the Hourglass powder. I really love this powder because it's very undetectable and it is amazing for dry skin as well. And as you can see, I'm taking a very little amount on a small fluffy brush and just rolling it and pressing it into the skin so that you get this undetectable finish. And you're not really baking with it, you're not piling on the powder, you kind of just set whatever you need to set without losing that luminosity. For brows, I'm going to be going in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is the brow definer. And I'm going to start by defining the ends of the brows because that's where I want the most color concentration. And then as I get to the front of the brow, I'm going to go in with much lighter strokes and just feather them out and brush as you go to soften everything up. I'm going to be doing the brows off camera because I don't want it to take ages. Now for the star of the show, I'm taking my Monochromance Pressed Pigment Gradient Palette and I am going to be showing you how to use this. I'm so excited. This is my first tutorial using it apart from the campaign. And I mean, this color story just makes me really happy. It makes me so excited. The first shade that I'm going to be getting into is Alter Ego, which is the first shade. And I'm taking the lightest color, Alter, which is a beautiful bone beige. As I'm applying it onto her skin, you get to see that it has these really warm undertones. It's like a pinky, peachy beige. It doesn't look it in the pan, but once you put it on the skin, it is such a flattering color. This is the perfect transition color and blender color. So you can use it to blend and diffuse out all the other colors without changing or altering the brightness of them, which is where these warmer undertones come in without it looking too warm. Next, I'm going to be taking my eye tone pencil in Intra. Now, this is a product that everyone thought I was going to release first. It is definitely a product that I can't live without. It is a warm chocolate brown eye pencil. It is a wooden formula. It's vegan. It's ultra creamy. It really glides on and blends itself. I got a lot of questions asking if this is waterproof. It is not waterproof because it's a kohl, and kohls are known to be super creamy. That's kind of their characteristic. I always love to work and set everything with eyeshadows and build up, and that's really what's going to make this last for a very long time. So this is my technique and my preference, and once you try this, it's so beautiful. So after I've done a liner, I sketch out a bit of that pencil on the crease and blend it in with a brush, and you can see that you can literally create an entire look just using this eye tone pencil, and it's a one and done product, which is completely amazing. And just smudging it with a brush gives you this multi-dimensional diffused finish without losing its intensity. I like to layer this on, and this color makes me so excited. I love a good warm reddish chocolate brown. It's so flattering on everyone, and it just makes the eyes pop, which is funny because it's just a brown, but it is not, you know what, it's not just a brown, it is it is a beautiful brown. And I knew that when I wanted to create pencils, I wanted this classic wooden formula. Everyone kept giving me these waterproof gel options, but I find those so hard to work with. Even for me, I really find that I have to really work very quickly with those pencils. There is definitely a time and place for those types of pencils, but I knew that when I released my first chocolate brown pencil, I wanted it to be this exact formula. And I love to take a brush directly into the pencil for more control. And I mean, this blend makes me so happy. Watching this and commenting on it makes me very proud of this pencil. And you know, when I do a brown pencil, I'm gonna do it justice and give it its moment. And that's all I have to say. I'm taking a smaller pencil brush to get more definition and kind of define the eyes even more. But there you have it. Honestly, I could stop here and put a bit of mascara, maybe some lashes, and it's a full-on look. But I'm going to show you everything you can create with this palette for now, for this look. To bump up the warmth, I really want this really super warm base underneath. I'm taking Heartthrob and taking Throb, which is a reddish kind of oxblood color. I'm blending that all over the crease. It looks very intense now, but I'm going to go in with other shades to show you how to mute these out and create more of this diffused, desaturated look. Going into Alter, which is a beautiful transition shade, I'm going to be blending the edges. And as you can see, that already kind of diffused it a bit, but we're going to go even further. I'm going to be going into Match Made and dipping into Made, which is that kind of khaki brown, very neutral brown undertone, and going over the crease as well. So we kind of get to see hints of that reddish color peeking through the edges. And repeat the same steps on the other eye. Next, I decided I really want to make this look more smoky, so I'm adding my eye tone pencil inside the eye. So basically all around the rim and a tiny bit underneath, and then smudging everything out. And of course, it smudges like a dream, so I'm going to really work it in between the lashes and just create this beautiful smoke. I'm going into the waterline in the inner corner as well. And then setting it with Heartthrob just a tiny bit and smoking that out on the lower lash line. And again, we get to mimic these warm tones that are happening up top. I'm going back into Match Made, but this time dipping more into the mustard shade and diffusing that even further, all around the edges. Now I'm going to take Match Made with a fluffy brush, and I'm going to be going all over the crease just to add this layer of a beautiful mustard color. And as you can see, that automatically creates this really smooth blend. It kind of fills in all the gaps and sits on top of the skin in harmony. Now I'm going to be mixing Match Made and Heartthrob and going over the liner that I did on the lash line. And very softly going over it and setting it. And this is where the fun, colorful part begins. I'm going to be taking Antidote and dipping into the lighter lavender shade. With a flat, dense brush, I'm going to be layering it on the eyelid. So starting with a light diffused finish just to set that eyelid. I'm then going to be packing it on. So depending on how intense you want it, you just have to build up and layer. And keep in mind, I haven't put any light eyeshadow base underneath this. So you can definitely put a light eyeshadow base and get a much more vibrant, lighter pastel color. But I want this color to be more to blend with her skin tone and to look like it's one with her skin tone. And I've always loved the combination of purples and browns. I think it's such a beautiful color story, and it creates this really stunning kind of visual effect. With the pencil brush, I'm dipping into Match Made, into the Made color specifically, and just going over the liner again more intensely and more closer to the lash line, both top and lower lash line, and repeating the same steps on the other eye. Next, I'm going to be mixing Match Made and Alter Ego and dipping into the Mustard and Taupe. And I'm going to be going into the inner crease and blending it kind of up to the brow. And this creates such a beautiful color harmony. With another fluffy brush, I'm going to be going into Ego, which is a perfect contour color on fair to medium skin tones, and going underneath the nose and across the tip. This time mixing both Alter Ego together to get more of these warmer undertones. And that's kind of the base for my contour. Then with a fluffier blush brush, I'm going to be going into Alter Ego altogether and contouring with this. So starting off with the cheeks. And when I contour, I want to lift upwards and into the hairline. For blush, I'm going to be creating a custom mix. I'm mixing Heartthrob, Heavy Petal, and Alter Ego. And this creates the perfect color for this color story, especially on Mary. I mean, this blush looks so good. And I'm building it up slightly into the temples and the forehead. So it still has this undertone of the peach, but it has that pink as well. And you kind of get to see the contour going into the cheek. I really, really love this blush color. And I'm going to make it my go-to. What I love about these is that they're so thin that you can build them up and you can mix the colors. You can even add a bit of that purple if you want more of that neutral, cool tone blush. I think the possibilities with blush with this palette is endless. For lips, I'm going to be taking my Lip Tone lip pencil in Hush, and it is a beautiful caramel nude. It's this really gorgeous warm color, and I'm going to be starting with her Cupid's bow and outlining her lips very, very slightly. I don't want to go over when I go down to the lip corners. I just want the concentration of the height to be on the Cupid's bow. Because Mary has beautiful lips, so I don't really want to change the shape. And after aligning her lips, I'm just going to slightly blend that color in just around the edges and leaving the center free. And this color story works beautifully with the eyeshadow and all the warm tones that we did. For lips, I'm going to be taking my Manifesto lipstick, and the first color that I'm going to use is Call Me Peaches to continue the peachy color story. And I'm just going to be swiping it on to the center of the lips and tapping it in. And on Mary, this is a really vibrant peach color. You can wear this on its own. You can layer it. I'm going to be layering it with the other lipstick just to show you the full effect of the collection. But first, I'm going to be working it in with a brush just to really blend it into the lips and make it very seamless. Thin layers are key. And for the second lip, I'm going to be taking my Manifesto lipstick in Rest and Roses, and this is a matte balm. So it's a matte tint. I'm going to be tapping it over the lips. This acts beautifully as a lip topper to kind of liven up the shades and make them warmer, make them more pinky and rosy. And what this is creating on Mary is kind of a deeper, warm rose color as I buff and blend it in. You can definitely bump this up into more of a cranberry, but I'm going to stop here and just continue to blend everything in harmony. And finally, I'm going to be going in with my Hero Baby product. This is Color Fluid in Boy Tears. And it is my universal champagne topper. It is a multi-use, multi-shimmer product. You can put it anywhere. You can sheer it out. You can build it up. So I'm putting a bit on the back of the palette and taking a brush and swiping it on the eyelid. And as you can see, as I blend it in, you get this really, I don't know how to explain it. It is a multi-dimensional sparkle. A tiny bit gives you this very romantic, scattered sparkle. And then the more you build it up, the more you get a mirror shine. I would say I'm going in with a medium application here. You can definitely get more of that metallic foil. But once it sets, it's not going anywhere. It's waterproof, but it's very easy to remove. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. I mean, this is the champagne color of my dreams because it is that champagne base, but it's also colorless. So it works on every single skin tone. And I'm applying that on the lower lash line just in the center to give me that sparkle. I'm going to be touching up the lash line with eye tone again, just close to the lash line, and doing slight touch-ups with my lip tone lip pencil in Hush. And then taking a tiny bit of Boy Tears with my finger and just tapping it on the bridge of the nose and on the tip. And this creates this really beautiful sparkle. A bit on the chin. And topping up the blush and adding a bit more of that pinky peach tone. Now that the eyes and lips are done, I can kind of add more blush and see what's missing. I'm dipping a brush in Match Made and just emphasizing all her beauty marks because I love when those peek through. And that completes the Monochromance look, the first Monochromance look. I am so excited to hear your thoughts. I am so happy with this collection. It really, I mean, it's my baby. I worked on so many products. It took me so long to work on all these products and perfect them. And it just makes me really excited to finally have a full collection that has something for everybody. So if you're typically not an eyeshadow person, there are lipsticks, there's a shimmer, there are pencils. I mean, it excites me. Let me know your comments below and what looks and color combinations you'd love to see from Monochromance because I'm currently filming all the looks. So let me know your suggestions, and as always, don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you can see more of my videos, and I'll see you soon. Bye.